Greetings, planty people, and welcome back to my jungle. So it's the end of Jan, went a bit slow. January always goes a bit slow because it's dark and dismal. Weather's not doing too hot. Everyone's a bit tired from Christmas. Yeah, it's just one of those months, isn't it? But that's okay because it's my birthday soon. So I thought I'd share with you some of my favourites from the past month. Plants and planty things. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first one is a little philodendron baby, and I don't think I've introduced it on this channel yet, but this was a wish plant. Well, it was a wish plant, a wish list plant, and it's the Philodendron Paradiso Verde. And I always have to double check what it's called because I like to make sure I'm saying it correctly. This, it's still quite juvenile, so it's hard to tell what it's gonna look like, but it'll get like little speckly green spots on it. And I got this from Slow Plants from Etsy. Check her out, she's got some lovely rare and uncommon plants. So this is a rooted cutting. I like to grow things from babies. One, because I don't have the room for a full plant. Two, I like the journey. I like to grow it nice and big. I feel like I get really attached to things that are grown from small. Oh, I just think it's really sweet. And I got a really nice deal on this one as well, so I was really happy about that. Can't remember how much I paid, but it wasn't any more than a tenner, I think. There's a little new shoot coming off. This is its newest leaf. I have a feeling it might drop this older leaf, but that's okay. That's kind of what they do when they're young. Also, ignore my nail polish. I painted them the other day. How on earth has that happened? And I like that it came in a little clear cup so I can check on the roots to make sure. And I've been checking this quite frequently because it's a baby and they're a bit more delicate when they're little, so can't wait for this one to get big. I'll definitely update you on this one when it gets bigger. It's not really much pattern on it yet though. Still love it. So next one is a bit more different, and it's actually a succulent. Who'd have thought? I used to have a lot more succulents when I was just getting into plants. Nothing against succulents, but I'm a bit picky with them. I like the more unique, weird looking ones. And this one is a variegated haworthia. And as you can see, doing, 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 she's flowering and I'm so excited. A lot of people chop off the flowers, but I'm going to try and attempt to pollinate it. So we'll see how that goes. And she's also got loads of little pups coming off the side. So I often just pass these off to my friends. I got this, where did I get this from? Just a little garden centre, just a random one. They had a big selection of succulents and I always check if there's a variegated one. And I struck gold, look at that. So I love haworthias like this because they have a see-through look to them, especially the new leaves. Can you see that it's kind of see-through? They have like that kind of gem look to them. The key with these guys is not to overwater them because they're quite juicy. And I know a lot of people tend to overwater their succulents, whereas I leave them as long as possible until they look like they're going, water! And then I feed them and then they perk up and here we are. Need to do some research on the fertilization situation, but I reckon these flowers are going to be so pretty. Even the flower bud is variegated. How fun is that? So I'm going to prop up some of the little babies and I'll let you know how it goes. Next one I might have talked about in a favourite or a different video, I can't remember, but it's gotten significantly bigger since I've last shown it. And so this is my Aliccia black stem, and it's the different variety of the Zebrina basically. And as you can see, it's doing that Aliccia thing where it drops off the oldest leaf. Doing. So I'm not too worried because, do you see that? I've got a new leaf come in and I can't wait. I don't actually own a Zebrina. I had one years ago, but it was infested with spider mites and I was a beginner and I didn't notice. So you live and you learn. Oh, there's actually a little root popping out the bottom. That's exciting. Yeah, so if you want something a bit more different, Alocasia wise, that's not too tricky because alocasias can be divas, as we know. This one's a really good shout because it's a bit more spooky looking. It still has the kind of pattern on it very gently, but it's got those dark chocolate almost like stems. Can't wait for this one to get massive because I will never stop looking at it. I just love its leaf shape as well. Well, that's a good thumbnail. There we go. Thumbnail sorted. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for its new leaf. I'll definitely post a photo on my Instagram. I'll leave the link down below. Next one's a bit random. I'm not 100% sure. I think this may be a staghorn fern. It was just in a little selection of mixed ferns and I thought, why not? It was only, I think, £2 or £3. And oh, pretty is that? I already have a big staghorn in my bathroom because I love a bathroom. little weirdos. And I thought, why not have a little baby one? And these are significantly easier than your average fern because they're almost succulent-like. They don't like to be overwatered as well. Just kind of wait till they dry out and just give it a little splash of water. I love it. It's like almost alien-like. It has this like kind of waxy feel to it. So let me know if you think this is a staghorn. I think it might be, but let me know if I'm wrong. I'm not the biggest fern collector. More philodendron and alocasia. And I love its little pot with its little legs as well. Look at that. Okay, so next one is actually a begonia, and I have not a clue what kind of begonia this is. I know it's some kind of Rex cultivar, but I reckon it's a kind of weird hybrid because on the box of where I got it, it just said begonia mix, and that's not very helpful. I've had to resurrect this plant a few times because I didn't realise how thirsty she was, but she's bounced back, got some new leaves there, and I just love, see if I can get a good angle of it. Look at those little spots, and it's got this pink silver hue to it. So if you can find one, get one because it's so eye-catching. And I'm not a big fan of some of the Begonia Rex varieties. Some of them just aren't for me, but I do love a begonia, so I thought, let's give it a chance, and I've fallen in love with it. And also, I love this plant pot because it kind of matches its colour scheme. Well, not the backs. There we go. I love the kind of pink mixed, almost metallic look to it. Beautiful. Keep it on a nice bright spot. Don't let it dry out because she will wilt. You know what I've just noticed? She has little spikes on the leaves. She's textured. I feel like I should give her a name. Let me have a think. I feel like it needs to be something kind of exotic, like Zelda, or like that. She's called Zelda from now on. Let me know if you name some of your plants. I don't name them all, just a few, just a few. And last but not least, I'm gonna have to grab from the background because she's a beast. So this one I can't even hide. This was a very, very lucky find for me. Wow. So she takes up the whole screen. This is an Alocasia Regal Shield. And when I bought this, I thought, Jules, you quite simply have no room. So when I brought it back, I had to do a little Tetris plant situation where I was like, where I had to move around all my plants, shuffle things around. I managed to find room at the back somewhere there. And then I got an additional plant light here, so she wasn't in the darkness. I knew from the moment I saw her that I would fall in love because, be careful of the leaves, she has this velvet look to her. I'll put it next to me for size. The leaves are velvety and I really wasn't expecting that. And under the leaves, they're like this dark chocolate colour. I love the veining as well. And also my other favourite part is just at the tops of the shoots, they have little purpley bits. And I think this leaf in the middle is pregnant. She's a bit scuffed from being in the shop, which does happen to some Alocasia when you buy them. I'm not too stressed because this leaf is so big and healthy and she's pregnant. And my phone died. Anyway, one last thing before I go. Let me just grab it for you. Now this is the most magical thing you'll ever see in your life. Look at this potting mat. Isn't she beautiful? It's like it's made from rainbows and sparkles. So this is from the shop, Just Planty Bits, and she's a lovely lady. I bought some other bits from her as well, but this, can't wait to use it because I do have another potting mat, but it's not big enough. I literally just stare at it all day. It's so whimsical. Ooh, I wish they did a green one or a black one. Can you imagine? So I think that's it for now. Let me know what some of your planty favourites, plant pots, whatever, anything plant related, and I will see you in the next video. See you later.